Pregnancy begins with fertilization, when a single sperm cell penetrates a mature egg, or ovum, inside the fallopian tube. But before this miraculous moment, sperm must embark on a perilous and highly competitive journey through the female reproductive tract, facing numerous obstacles along the way. After ejaculation, hundreds of millions of sperm enter the vagina, but the journey is immediately hazardous. The vaginal environment is highly acidic, which kills off the vast majority of sperm within minutes. Only a small fraction survive and reach the cervix. The cervix itself is a formidable barrier. Its opening is tiny, and the cervical mucus is usually thick and impenetrable. However, during ovulation, this mucus becomes thinner and more slippery, creating channels that help guide sperm through. Even so, only a few thousand sperm manage to pass through this gateway. Once inside the uterus, sperm face another challenge: the female immune system. White blood cells recognize sperm as foreign invaders and attack them, destroying many before they can progress further. In addition to immune defenses, sperm must navigate a maze-like environment, encountering dead ends, folds, and muscular contractions that can push them off course. Many sperm simply get lost or trapped along the way. Competition among sperm is fierce. Each sperm is racing against millions of others, but only the healthiest and most motile can continue. Defective or slow-moving sperm are quickly left behind. Finally, only a few dozen sperm reach the fallopian tube where the egg awaits. Here they must undergo the acrosome reaction, a process where enzymes are released from the tip of the sperm, allowing it to break through the egg's protective outer layer, called the zona pellucida. The zona pellucida is a tough glycoprotein shell that acts as a final barrier, ensuring that only one sperm can fertilize the egg. As soon as a sperm successfully penetrates, the egg's membrane changes instantly, blocking all other sperm from entering. Only one sperm succeeds in fusing with the egg's membrane, and their genetic material combines, forming a single cell called a zygote. This marks the beginning of a new life. The zygote immediately begins dividing, starting the process of embryonic development. Over the next 3 to 5 days, the zygote divides repeatedly, becoming a blastocyst, a hollow ball of cells. The blastocyst continues its journey down the fallopian tube toward the uterus, preparing for implantation. Around day 6 to 10, the blastocyst implants itself into the uterine lining. This is called implantation, a crucial step in establishing pregnancy. Cells begin differentiating. Some form the embryo, others form the placenta, the organ that will nourish the growing baby. The amniotic sac begins to form, surrounding the embryo with fluid for protection. The yolk sac provides early nutrients and produces the first blood cells. As the blastocyst implants into the uterine lining, it begins to produce a hormone called human chorionic gonadotropin, or HCG. This hormone is crucial for maintaining pregnancy, as it signals the body to keep producing progesterone and prevents the uterine lining from shedding. HCG levels start to rise rapidly after implantation, which usually occurs about 6 to 10 days after fertilization. HCG can be detected in blood as early as 8 to 10 days after fertilization, and in urine a few days later. Most home pregnancy tests are sensitive enough to confirm pregnancy about 10 to 14 days after fertilization, often around the time of a missed period. Now let's look at what happens during the first, second, and third months of pregnancy. In the first month, the embryo forms from the blastocyst. The amniotic sac, placenta, and umbilical cord begin to develop. By the 5th week, the heart begins to form and beat. Blood starts circulating. The neural tube, which becomes the brain and spinal cord, also begins developing. At week 6, tiny limb buds appear, the beginnings of arms and legs. Facial features start forming, including eye pits and small indentations for ears. By weeks 7 and 8, major organs like the lungs, liver, and kidneys begin to take shape. The embryo has distinct fingers and toes, and its brain is developing rapidly. At 9 weeks, the embryo is now called a fetus. It's about the size of a grape. Muscles and nerves start to coordinate. The baby can make small movements. By the end of the first month, the embryo is about the size of a poppy seed, and the neural tube, which will become the brain and spinal cord, starts to form. During the second month, the embryo grows rapidly. Major organs and body systems, such as the heart, brain, and digestive tract, begin to develop. Limb buds appear, and facial features start to take shape. By the end of the second month, the embryo is about the size of a kidney bean, and the heart is beating. In the third month, the embryo is now called a fetus. Fingers and toes are fully formed, and tiny fingernails and toenails appear. The reproductive organs begin to develop, though it's still too early to determine sex by ultrasound. By the end of the third month, most of the major organs and tissues are formed, and the fetus starts to move, although these movements are not yet felt by the mother. By the end of the third month, the baby typically weighs about 1 ounce or 28 grams and measures around 3 to 4 inches long, about the size of a plum. This marks the end of the first trimester, with the foundation for all major body systems in place.